Oh, well, there's an option you can set.
Yeah,
You go in your settings and like allow someone to get through if it's 2 calls or more. So what was your surgery?
It was just gums. Wasn't anything.
Periodontal?
Yeah, I got some stuff like that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You getting one or?
That was in 2001, a long time ago.
Is it grafting?
Yeah, they took it from the top of my mouth.
Yeah.
Out of the braces. The braces in my teeth, settled, and you do the retainer, but they settled a bit, and then it made gum spots weak. Okay, you want to do this?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right.
Just said like no strenuous movement, and I thought it might be more sore, but it's not really.
Of all the surgeries I've had, nasal, periodontal, dental, zero pain ever.
Really?
No painkillers needed. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm special. Okay. Just get a couple solid dribbles going on and find your zen and get that under control first. Silent dribbles. Yeah, there it was. Do you suppose your hair curls throw you off balance? Okay. Now to our 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Yes. Yeah, good. That was the best one you've done. Good. And you got down low with your left hand and allowed the right hand to maintain its consistent height. Yeah, good recovery. See if you can get just your standard double stops, we'll call them in drummer speak, to be even. Your right hand you're obviously right-handed, let's put it that way. If someone came by right now, get them to guess that you would be left-handed because the left hand is a little bit higher maybe. Okay, try to compensate in the exact opposite. Not to strive for evenness, but to strive for that the left is actually, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, good. Okay, now make them even. You got a few in there that are good. Okay, that's you look like you're in way more control of this. Now do the rhythms. Yes. Is it uncomfortable for you to go to your knees on the carpet? All right, let's try it and let's bump up the tempo. Let's see if you can do it. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Now it's starting to look and feel like it might be analogous to drumming. check this out. I made a little drawing
Oh yeah.
of
Blueprint.
a dribble box. So instead of you going to the floor comes up to you. This will be like a slab of granite, so it's like really heavy, like drumming on my rubber tip sticks on the granite piece that I have. It's just awesome. And if this was like flimsy wood, then there'd be too much shock absorbed, and then you would lose the kick on your bounce. So, whatever. Raising the floor to you, so you get to stand, and that there's a box around here, including a little edge here, which is, it's like, it looks like a gigantic litter box, or like a little doggy house with a little opening, so you get to stand there, and then when those balls knock together, especially with like a 6-year-old, which is just mayhem, then they don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So, dribble box, it's coming.
When they do bounce, they hardly ever go this way anyway.
Yeah, and you are there anyway, so, yeah, exactly. And you're right, they normally do not go north and south. They just east and west because you are already oriented east and west. And breathe during this. At the very least, don't hold your breath, which is saying the same thing. But I don't like to give instruction in the negative form, like thou shalt not. Well, then what shall we do then? So breathe as opposed to don't hold your breath. Yeah. It's a different mentality. So breathe. But know that 1, 2, 3, 4. We stereotypically hold our breath when we're doing a fill, when we're going to do our show-off moment, or with a cute girl in the audience. Oh, we got to do that. We got to do it right. We shut down all other body operations to make sure we're focused on this highly complex thing, drumming, the most complex thing a human body could possibly do. And we hold our breath. Have I said this before?
Yeah.
So you finish it. What happens? What happens when we hold our breath?
We rush.
We rush. Why?
Because our body naturally wants to start breathing again.
Yeah, body knows. The brain knows. Like, oh, you mean once we get done with this, we can breathe again? Well, top priority is breathing, mofo. So let's get done with this in a hurry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you do a big, long exhale throughout your fills, they usually stay in time. And that's a hybrid you could do, like instead of maintaining the autonomous in and out during complexity, you can just synchronize the breathing with the thing you're going to do. One, we have tempoed breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. We could do that, but during our fill, we could just time a big exhale. 3, 4, 3. We could just consciously do an exhale during that.
Which is it with like weightlifting again? Like when you're going like up with something, when you're lifting the weight, is it you want to be exhaling or you want to be inhaling?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go ask the chat that question. In fact, let's figure it out right now. Bust out your phone.
Okay.
Do you have a chat on your phone?
A chat?
Yeah, an AI.
Oh, no, I don't.
We'll find out right now.
I don't have service.
Ah, okay. my right hand is so crazily better at dribbling than my left hand. Oh, big surprise. Okay, that's worth isolating. It's worth slowing down. Making sure those are all, because if there's silent dribbles, just do a few lefties. If there's silent dribbles, then that means they're smooth and controlled. And that you're timing it perfectly. If it's silent, then you know you've timed this perfectly and that you're going to slow it down perfectly, which then brings your hand, your implement of dribbling in, you become one with the ball.
Would you say that it's more on the wrist or anything, like molar, or just the timing of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's most athletic things are, especially the explicit things like martial arts, that's all molar stroking. This, then that, and then this, then that. Mike Tyson throwing a punch super exaggeratedly, turn, and then this. So that would be more analogous to molar stroke for sure. And then the jab, that would be more analogous to leading from the bead, because it's just, an isolated movement. It's just, no. I mean, there is a little bit of this, therefore that, but, relative to, a right hand cross that gets a wind up, then, although you don't want to telegraph your punches, the more wind up you have into it, the more you can see coming. Okay, do that off the right. Da. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'm looking at the hand I'm focused on, the hand you should be focused on, is the other hand. Right. That's doing the maintaining, because it's way easier for one hand to break and do something differently than it is to have that other hand do something differently and have the other hand maintain what it was just doing. Right. Especially in this case. Yep, good breaths. This thing on. Push harder. And when you go for the dribble, make sure, not that you're going to do anything differently, but, at the very least, make sure that 4 and 1, that the beat 4 on your left hand is strong. It's getting distracted and it's not doing a full dribble. Yeah, you're letting, let me study that again. Okay, do this. One ball. Just act out the rhythm. Get that in unison first. You're early on your leg. Do this. 2-to-1 ratio. Get that going first. See, we need to be able to do this before we can do that, before we can do the other thing. So, diagnosing. Okay, do it without the ball. Okay, you know you can do that. Now add the ball.
I think it's the idea like that this hand is doing.
Oh, two different actions.
Yeah, it's.
Okay, well then make it as analogous as possible. Like, or just slap this ball. That they're both on the, just go bop, 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 bop. And so that they're both at the same height. Just slap that ball. Harder, more aggressive dribbles. Yeah. Whatever you need to do, whatever little etude you need to make up, yeah. I'm just inventing things for you to do. You've invented a thing for you to do. Whatever little build-ups that you invent. Okay, do just this. Give yourself the goal of just this much. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Okay, now let's take it away from the hand and put it in the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's make sure you can do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3.
So now we know your body can do it. Doesn't matter if the action is coming from your jaw versus your arm.
Right.
Now just make the jaw action here. Yeah, that's okay. There it was. Yes. Yes. Okay, now do a 2-to-1 ratio. Uh-huh. Harder, more aggressive dribbles. Yeah, okay. Start with 1-to-1 ratios and then launch into it whenever you're feeling it. If that stops dribbling, the queen lops off your head at the guillotine.
Okay.
If that stops, whatever happens here, no one cares about this. That keeps going no matter what. Oh, close. The executioner is sharpening the blade. Okay, just do the left hand and say da 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 da. Yes. Okay, just give yourself the goal of dun 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 dun. Oh, I can't even do it. 2, 3. Dun 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 2, 3. Dun 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 2, 3. Dun dun dun. Just give yourself only the goal of the spurt of 3, and now we'll put it on the ground because it's more stable, and it's now your hands are coming at the same height. Yeah, just give yourself the goal of just that. Yes. There it was. Keep breathing. See? Breathing distracts us. That's why we hold our breath when we do fills. Yep. Good. Getting in the zone. Yes. It's not as fast as you think. Yeah, just chill with it. Okay, try the dribble. Try the destination. You can do it with the left. We know that. Yes. Ta-da. Although the other etude, we'll call it, is still worth practicing. Yeah. Strong dribbles maintained in the left. And really allow and know that your body is going to do this. That your right hand is going to, in fact, when you go for it, yes, this should be the same, but literally just think like higher and lower. Just make it a contrary thing. Let's see what happens. Yeah, well, the left hand kept going. Yeah. Push. There it was. 1, 2, 3. Push. And allow the left hand to go up. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Push. Yes. 1, 2. Push. Push. Yes. Okay. That's the idea. All right. Enough of this. Let's go put it into practice. All right. To the floor. Basics, baby. Back to basics. Well, not even back to basics, because we haven't left there yet. All right, hit the foot floor with the left hand a bit. This, by the way, is your friend. Epsom with an M. Epsom salts. I am always skeptical of sciencey things because I'm not a scientist. This is just born out of ignorance. But I now have anecdotal personal evidence that, yes, okay, it's not just placebo. I actually do feel better. I feel better beyond just a hot bath. Hot bath plus this, I'm bouncing around like I'm 17 again after this. So hot water, as hot as you can stand it. And this stuff dissolves slowly. So like when you put something into a solution, if you overdo it, it won't all dissolve. Like we put just a tablespoon of salt into a big pot of water, that's going to totally dissolve immediately. This stuff dissolves slowly, but you want the solution as saturated as possible. So, and you can reuse it, which, if you're doing it in the bathtub, then it's like, well, but then how do I heat it up again the next day if I wanted to do it? Anyway, this, and if you're not worried about, a supply, you're not worried about the money that this costs, which is, it's pretty cheap. You can buy it at any drugstore. Then just, put like 3 cups of it in the tub and soak there for an hour or whatever. It'll make you feel better. It helps with the healing process. Okay. Do something fancy. Do this. Big, small, small, big, big. Right, left the whole time. Yes. Good. It's sinking in. Left hand lead. This is going to stay down. Now, all right, since it's my job to eventually get you to be able to teach yourself, like the little etudes, we make up little breakdowns of the thing we're trying to go for. What's the breakdown of this? Like, what is each hand doing?
There.
Within just the four. Okay, let's do a different thing. Do this. Yes. Okay, what is each hand doing?
They're mimicking each other? No way? Or
They're both doing the same exact thing.
Mhm.
Play what just the right hand is doing. Play what just the left hand is doing. Okay, now what can you do? You can combine those. Now combine it into double stops. Bust out your gap click. Okay. Take it down to 80. Smaller motion. Make it proportionate to the tempo. I just want you chilling. If you were to play at that amplitude, at that volume, at this speed, you're going to have to like push it. So if you bring it down, like if I sped this up twice as fast, there's no way you could maintain that height. So yeah, here at 80, that's a nice chill, relaxed, cruising altitude. Okay, bring it way up here and notice how much effort it is now. Now I really got to get into it. That's not very relaxing. Okay, now bring it to cruising altitude. Like you could, like, do what you would do easily for 9 hours straight. Yeah. Okay, now breathe. It's not as fast as you think. Yeah. Well, that looks a lot different from last week. These things just need time to settle in. Just need to sleep on it. And it's highly crucial to remain patient with yourself. And a good way to remind yourself of how crucial it is to be patient with yourself is to remind yourself that this is the most complex thing a human being could possibly do, physically, performatively. Meaning live, like it's a live action. You know, you're not solving equations to figure out how to get rid of all the space junk in orbit. You get to just sit there at your desk and at your computer and take as much time as you need. You know, so performatively, an action. You know, the Olympians are doing something in a moment.
Mm-hmm. So this is more complex than most Olympians?
I can't think of anything more complex. I mean, like tap dancing is number 2. Martial arts is number 3.
Tap dancing above martial arts?
As far as complexity, as far as like a million notes a minute kind of deal, where you're differentiating between dynamics and you have to be in unison with another tap dancer, to be in unison with 10 other snare drummers.
What about ballet?
Yeah, and then dancers, martial artists, drummers, we're all in the same camp. It's just that what we do is way more granular and way more how do I say this? There's just more going on.
Mm-hmm.
As far as in performative instances, it was 5 in a flash. So, yeah, martial artist is doing all sorts of things with the body and all complex moves, and they know 1,000 moves, and you know they've drilled 1,000 things. So it's why it's all in the same camp. But as far as complexity, especially sitting down at a drum set, I mean, if we were to convert any other kind of human, like a non-musician, to do this, we would absolutely choose a martial artist all day long. If we wanted to like recruit an army of drummers from non-musicians, we would choose martial artists for sure, and dancers for sure. Mm-hmm. In fact, the Broadway show Stomp, which I considered auditioning for, you know about Stomp?
Mm-hmm.
I came to find out that they're just a bunch of dancers who they teach how to hold a stick and bang on something. I mean, to teach me how to dance at their level, you know, at a professional Broadway level, that's okay. I'm a fish out. I would be a fish out of water. But Blast, the show Blast, is all musicians, all a bunch of drum corps people first. And then they might teach them how to, you know, do some silly little body movement thing, call it dancing. But, you know, drummers first, musicians first for Blast, and then for Stomp, dancers first. Blue Man Group, drummers. And I was going to audition. I did audition for Blast. But I was auditioning on a part that was already filled, so big surprise I didn't get it. And I was going to audition for Blue Man Group, and I read the requirements, and minimum height 5'9". Okay, whatever. I'm 5'8".
Really?
Yeah. Because it makes sense. They want those. They want them to look like minions. They want them to look like cookie cutter, and that's more impressive when, well, it's a better visual aesthetic to see two human beings at the same stature. You know, basically just looking at what appears to be a clone doing exactly the same thing. It's more visually aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like in the marching band world back in the day, when they would wear hats and plumes, you know, you'd have a girl who was 5 foot, maybe standing next to a guy who's 6'5" in the trumpet line, but that plume kind of gives like a, kind of evens out the visual field of height a bit. Even though they're two different heights, it just kind of, it gives them a more uniform look, so therefore it fills out the illusion.
Plume? What was that?
Fills out the illusion?
No, a plume? What's a
Oh, a plume. Just imagine a dorky marching band from the 70s with a big old like feather, just like a feather stack, like a feather post sticking out the top of their hats. Yeah, called a plume. A plume of fire, a plume of feathers, a plume of smoke, something that's rising above. Okay, so if this is the breakdown of that, then that's what we practice. So now, bring that down to a tempo where this can go and it'll remain going, but then you're going to double the sounding tempo. So start with this first. Dee-da, dee-da, at whatever tempo is comfortable. Okay, now do what just the right hand is doing. Dee, do, dee, do, dee, do, dee, do. Now, maintaining that, now add in the left hand. In fact, we'll do this exercise. We'll do double stops, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and bum, bum, boom, boom, bum, bum, boom, boom, 3, 8, and 4, E, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, E, and 2, E. The hands are doing nothing different other than the left hand burp, enters on a 16th note later. Yeah. Yeah, and then the entry into the double stops again. You can just do this. 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 as opposed to da da. Trying to enter into it with the left hand on the downbeat.
Right.
And 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and 1. Say the numbers as you do it. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Okay, now we'll put a map to this. Okay, we'll call that 110. Okay, I put you slightly slower. Yeah, I'm looking at you in our mirror. Your wrists look good. There's a lot of power going down into the carpet without muscles happening. Although what I am noticing, just even from my own angle, is your left hand is not as aggressive as the left. So like we did with the basketballs, with these double stops, try to make the left hand a little bit higher. Go ahead and look at yourself in the mirror. Yeah, good. Implementing the couch. Did you do that intentionally, or is that like just happened?
It just happened.
Yeah, okay. Although that gives me an idea too. If I see an imbalance, I could just say, hit the upstroke. Okay, you're hitting the upstroke at a swung thing. Dun, 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 dun. Do this. Dun, do, ba, boom. Hit it on the. Do it straight. No, let's see. Not as fast as you think. Let your body find the frequency. Another useful music terminology, frequencies. This is happening at a frequency of 110 beats per 60 seconds.
What would the difference between tempo and frequency be?
Nothing. But in using the word frequency, we basically put ourselves more into a scientific frame of mind as opposed to a musician's frame of mind by using tempo. If we were to teach the layman these things, if I were to be teaching someone who knew nothing of music terminology, I would just use the word frequency first and then introduce the word tempo later as a synonym.
So
if I was teaching a kid, I would just say the pace, the beat.
Does frequency relate to like the vibrations of a sound, which kind of relates to pitch, right?
Bingo.
Okay. Huh.
Any sustained bop, any sustained tone that you hear, what's happening is the air molecules, okay, my vocal cords are doing this. They're moving at a frequency and they're pushing the air at a, at a frequency. And then your brain essentially calculates how many times that's happening in a particular interval of time, which we'll say seconds, if we want to use scientific terminology like hertz. 440 hertz, 440 pulses per second. So, yeah, your ear is our ear. I did an internship once upon a time at an audiologist's office, and I learned all about the ear and the cochlea and all that stuff. And like, wow, what like a miracle of engineering that is. And so, just as your whole body and your conscious mind can like can perceive a tempo, it can perceive a frequency. Our eardrums can perceive super duper high frequencies. When you're standing in front of a bass drum and someone hits the other side of it, boom, you're feeling that air being tyrannical against your skin. You can like feel that pulse all the way into the core of your bone. You can feel it in your bones, as they say. Just like standing in front of a top 12 DCI drum line, like that shockwave just penetrates. So when we're talking about sound and pitch and tempos and frequencies, we're talking about air being moved at consistent rates. Yep. All productive music language conversations, which are, way beyond where we're at now, but, it's never too late. It's never, I'd say it's never too early to begin digesting these concepts. Yeah. Maybe in 10 years you'll do something where like your knowledge of this actually matters and it'll come into application. But for now, you will pull out the vernacular of frequency for now relating to drumming and consistent movements. I screwed up. I was thinking about my head. I can see like my head going back and forth. Like, okay, for me to lift my arm, my head wants to go this way to like counter this motion. Like make a really stiff arm and then just raise your arm really fast. Like, and you can see it. My whole body is moving this way to counter that. And then it like goes back into place. And so my head, and you definitely know a pro drummer when you see one because the head is, it's a part of the generation of the strike. Like the whole body is a part of it. And so I go this way, and then I come down. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it like goes this way to come up, but then it comes down again to counter that. So it goes left, and then when I'm ready to strike again, then I bring it over here, and then I do it again to counter this action, be it up or down. It's still a thing happening over here, so I have a contrary thing I'm doing over here. So your head's going to go that way when you lift it, and then your head's going to go that way again when you drop it. I don't think any drummer has done this consciously. I've never done it consciously until this moment. Yeah. See how your body is just... Your body moves with it and is a part of, like other parts of my body are gearing up towards that action. So the head can be a part of that too. Although, yeah. Look at your head in the mirror. Yeah. Allowing your body to be moved. I move this way, my head does a thing. I'm allowing my body to be taken by this movement that's happening. So just do that. Try to get that fluid. And give me some one-andas. Left hand lead. However fast you want to go. Forget the tempo. Do it at whatever tempo feels good. Your right hand is jumping ahead. Right hand is powering too much, and it's jumping the gun. It's an impatient follower, predictably, to the. This hand is frustrated having to follow that, so humble this before you bolster the confidence over there. Yeah, good. Inhale, counting, exhale, counting. Okay. Do back, doon, doon, to go back, doon, doon, to go back. Do bop, do, bop, boop, boom, bop, bop, boop, bop, 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 boop, bop. Yeah, okay, good. You caught it before I said it. Okay, now let's put. All right, lock into that. Forget the couch. So. So this would be in unison. Yes. And 4. Not as fast as you think. Patience, 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 frequencies. Okay, now let's do a little brain game. Now let's do every 6. Although we could still count. Okay, do that first, and then we'll do a fun counting thing with it. Do right hand lead first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Do some only smalls. But small, controlled, yet still little 1-inch punches into the ground there. Yeah. Still want to feel it in my ankle on the carpet, but not necessarily hear it from an audience perspective relative to the accents. Okay, now the accents again. Not as fast as you think. Yeah, left hand lead. Okay, now get that down. So crush that. Keep going. Forget the tempo. Yeah. Just do a few of these. Just isolated. 1. Get that to be in this situation here on the carpet. Get that to be parallel with the carpet, not ending here, not ending there. Just about 3 inches. Use that crush. Get your thumb on the stick. Crush that. And have your fingers here as you're doing it, and there's constant contact. The fingers never leave the stick unless you're doing a buzz roll. Or, like really fast open roll, whatever. Bouncing versus sticking. So this whole world we're doing right now is just sticking. Wham! Do this. Be up. Have the fingers on it. Have the fingers still on it. That. Yes. Yes. Make sure your thumb doesn't slide off afterwards. Okay, where are my coins? Coins. 4 quarters. 2 for him, 2 for me. All right. You know what to do. Oh, okay.
Do I know? Oh, okay.
If the coin hits the carpet turns to lava, and we all die. But don't turn into a stiff goofball trying to keep that in there. Start here. Just do 1. Yeah. So now your thumb has to stay there, or else that coin goes bye-bye. All right. Do 1 and have the coin go bye-bye. Yeah, and notice where your thumb is. Way off the stick. So don't have the coin leave. Yes. Could we play 99% of all drum set parts on 99% of all songs on the planet doing with pinkies upside down? Yes. But we want to be able to play that other stuff that requires actual technique. And if that thumb ain't on the stick, then there's no chance in hell we're going to be able to do anything complicated powerfully. Yeah, good. You didn't turn into a stiff mess trying to keep that there. Again, the whole concept of, I'd rather you drop the stick than the coin. The idea of maintaining flexing in one part of the body and remaining loose in another part of the body. Okay, do this. No sticks, no coins. Just do this and crush here, and then get these fingers. Yeah. Crush there, but maintain these that are so relaxed that they slap into each other. Now pinch even harder and do that. Uh-huh. Pinch harder. Pinch harder without going stiff ever. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Pinch onto that coin. Pinch onto both coins.
Okay.
And slap your fingers together. I don't hear those fingers. Where are the other 2 coins? Let me try that. I've never tried this in my life. I'm just constantly inventing my own little world as I'm going. That's kind of annoying. I can't even hear my fingers with the sound. So just one. Yeah, get your fingers to make a sound and maintain a coin.
No, I find it. Is it like kind of that bone right there that's the most useful, or is it?
Yeah, it's just analogous to the pinch here, but just we take away the stick and then we just keep on pushing in that same direction. What should we call this? Coin flapping?
Yeah.
But the coin isn't what's flapping. Finger flapping with coin.
Coin pressure, finger flapping.
Okay, now what should this concept be called overall? Regardless of this drill, like what's the concept? Maybe it exists. I should just ask the chat. Like the concept of some parts of the body are flexed while others nearby are, I can do this and do this all day long. And this is flexed, but that's got nothing to do with this up here. It's pretty far away. But like these two fingers granularly next to these three relaxed fingers, what should we call that? The term I came up with originally was multiflexing. But that implies that if we're differentiating between this region and this region, drummers two different fingers. Drummers have two fingers, fulcrum finger, trigger finger. That if we're differentiating between these two fingers, that this is flexed and this is flexed. That there's multiple flexing going on, but we have flexing next to relaxation. So what could we call that? Think about it. Okay. Now, stick, coin, stroke, beat the carpet with Bruce Lee chi and fluidity without dropping that coin. In fact, next time you sit down on a drum set, just have coins with you, have quarters with your drumsticks. Just play with coins. And if one falls out when you're doing a fill and hits the tom, whatever. Yeah. And pretend I know nothing. Pretend I'm a student who doesn't know jack about this. Why keep that space closed? Explain it to me. Explain it to them. The difference between this and this. What's the difference?
With the space closed, it's kind of more like the stick is an extension of the arm, which I guess gives more.
Start over.
Okay, the stick gives more. It gives you more control.
Literally do this. Like look at the stick between this and this and this. What's happening to the stick between those two coverages? Less of the stick is being covered. More now with this stick, with this girth of a stick and with my fingers at their particular length, I can just barely touch let me get my thumb back into the center. With my thumb centered, I got about 2/16, I got about 1/8 of an inch there where my fingers, now your fingers probably, get that on there and try to your fingers are longer, so they're going to touch there. So now you have 360 all around this stick. And what's better for control? Here or here? This full coverage around the stick. Okay, to be fair, here. Do I have more control here or here? There. So, point proven that we want more bones flesh-covered bones wrapping this stick as much as possible for ultimate control. And so therefore, this is where you can tell your students, therefore, when this is open, look, now, I mean, could I play 99% of rock and roll tunes like this, like this, like this, like this, like this? Yes. And are there drumming YouTube guys who have full-on channels with thousands of subscribers who teach this? Okay, keep the space open. Yes. Do they know what they're talking about? No. Shots fired. But to be fair, they're just teaching drum set. You could play like that next concert. There's going to be no audible difference. Especially if it's just playing Chameleon. Do, 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 do. But if you wanted to play, if you want to like bust out some stuff, then that gap better be closed. And I do agree that having a space open there, or that, having this lighter feel is that it would be less stress, that you're going to maybe get, tendonitis or carpal tunnel in lesser amount of time, because and you're allowing the stick to do the work, and you're really flopping that weight of the stick around. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. But if we want to be able to compete in the Drummers Olympics, then you better be able to play with no gap. Should be able to do it. Do I play like this sometimes? Yeah, all the time. When I'm playing like totally inconsequential stuff. Do I play like upside down on my ride sometimes? Does it look like that? Yeah. Do I chop and slice all over the drum set? Yeah, all the time. Because it doesn't matter. One, I'm the only one doing it. I don't have to like look in unison for some visual show. I don't have to get a maximum power out of it. But if I want a maximum power, wham, then this is the hand to have. And rules are meant to be broken. So I'll show you the rule, and then you can do as you will. Oh, lava. But I can relax and play with loose grips because my hand is ridiculously strong. Because it's used to playing the most highest, fastest, loudest stuff possible. So I can get away with relaxing. Can a 5-year-old get away with this? No. They just drop the stick because they got no oomph yet. But they have a chance of hanging onto that stick if they have a proper hand. Yeah, good. Do the spectrum from, just do this, leading from the bead to molar. So, okay, we'll go at a slower tempo because we'll want to be at a slower tempo when we hit molar. And then graduate into this. Okay, so boom, doom, doom, about this tempo. Doom, 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 doom. And then slowly begin popping that wrist gradually to segue from leading from the beat to molar. Let's do it with one hand for now. Just like really zero in on it. Make that more gradual. Go ahead and just do, and you can do a decelerando too. So just be at a ba 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 ba, whatever frequency. There we go, frequency feels good at leading from the beat, and then just do this. Smooth that out. Forget the coin. Smooth that out. Go the other way. Go from molar and accelerate into leading to the beat and make it gradual. Put that damn thumb on the stick. Okay, go back to molar stroke. I'm going to manipulate your arm. And just do not one, big sauce, big swap, just single strokes. Now I'm going to restrict you. That was smooth because I did it for you. Now you do it. Yeah. Most drumming happens in between. Little bit of molar, a little bit of, whack. And which is the stroke you get to do on your snare drum when your right hand is crossed over it. So you don't need to raise this way up here. You can just do a 1-inch whack. You just do a little cobra right there. A little bit of this, a little bit of this. Whack. So these don't even have to this doesn't even have to come close to hitting it, especially if you're high. It's up high, which is where I recommend people, at least beginners, put it. And then maybe you could lower it as you get better with the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay, freeze. I'm going to do what I've done before to a kid. A little bit of torture. That'll be fine. Oh. No, I have these. this and this. So, this is my kit for my putting the stuff on the ends of the things, and I have the big ones, the wide ones. Should have some scraps in here. These big ones. Okay, this might work. Oh, especially if I cut them thinner. I'll just cut 2 from this. Ah! My scissors. Ooh. I have chopper scissors right here. I got these for my lady. She likes pink. She does crafting stuff, so I got her like the EMT scissors, like cut through anything, like cut through your jacket scissors. So now this might need to be thinner. Okay. Stick. See monkey, do monkey. Let's get my thumb on the stick. And then you can put, and then you can put it around, under the ridge of your cuticle of your index, so it kind of has like a place that it can't go up and a place that can't go down because it's right in that nail or the cuticle. Now, ooh, that feels so good. Like I don't have to pinch at all. Just pinched for me. How's that feel?
Good.
Yeah. Okay, drum set. While maintaining our little cobra strikes. Have a seat there, play something cool. Epsom salts. Yeah, just throw that wherever. There's that hi-hat right there. Okay, here's this again. Let's put these coins away where they should be. Put that there. Organize that later. In the process of organizing it. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta fix that Velcro. And keep an eye on the time. Okay, 3:15. All right. 20 minutes, show me something cool. And just go ahead and grab these bad boys. All right, play me a super simple drum beat with the technique applied. Look like a drummer. Now I give you this. One, 2, and 3, and 1, and. Be upright but relaxed. Now do this. Okay. Looking good. So now I'm going to give you a drill that you're going to hate me for, but you'll thank me for it later when you're getting paid to do this. See if I remember what it is. Oh, yeah. So, we're going to think of this as in 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and on your kick, you're going to go 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So there's a steady tempo there, but it's happening on 1 and then the and a 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and do that and count it out with just foot and voice.
1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and.
Pull your foot back and allow that thing to fling back faster.
2, 1,
in and out.
2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and.
You're pressing a little bit. Let's do a few of these. Yeah, you can't press and do that. So now those strokes, yes. Okay, now 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. Yes. Okay. Now, why am I having you do this? What is happening, and then what is happening?
I'm doing
2 things that are happening.
I'm hitting the kick on one of the harder strokes and then also on one of the smaller.
Bingo.
strokes,
Do it.
accenting and smaller
Bingo.
strokes.
Do it. Take a deep breath. Oh, I've already done this. Okay, good. Oh, I was so impressed. Like, oh, he's doing it immediately. Okay, cheater, pants, you've done this before. Okay. All right.
Told you eventually.
All right, good. Okay, so now, okay. From now on, get yourself a little book, get yourself, like, whatever. When I give you this, when I give you a post-it note, stick it in a thing, and then bring that thing, and so I can see what I've already given you, and then we can refer to other things and build.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a few. Probably have a few in my drum package in the car. If you want, then we can.
Yeah, go get it. I wanna see what's in there. I wanna refer to that complicated beat I gave you. super easy to hit loud with loud, but then it's another thing to hit loud with soft or loud with soft. And so on. I gotta smooth that out, but you get the idea. And so when he's doing this stuff, right there, small note with a hit down here. And for now, in the beginning, we just think of all bass notes as loud.
No, actually, I have at least the gallop in here. Some of them are on my wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Play me this. Has Daryl gotten you to think about your left foot yet?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, 1, 2. Do this. Yeah. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and really get that to your cobra-ing your left foot, your molar stroking your left foot to get that to bam snap down super fast. Do this left foot first. Really get your heel to go way up and down. Do 1. Just lift your heel all the way up and just wham, and just drop your heel. And then so what's happening? Your heel's way up, but then the heel comes down, and this comes up a little bit, and then goes wham. So it's this. Keep your toe dug into the pedal the whole time. It never leaves. I mean, it's going to a little bit, but to be academic about it. So heel up, lift a little bit so this is open. Yeah, toe a little bit further down. It's not going to be as centered as the right bass pedal, but so just do 1 and be all the way up with the heel. Open that with the toe still on the pedal, and now drop the heel. It's gonna look like this. I should have 2 hi-hats. So this goes down. Then this says no. Then this like maxes out and has nowhere else to go but down. So it actually is going to lift slightly. It's going to slam into that. But it's just, we might as well just think of it as constant contact. So as this is going down, I'm going up a little bit, and then that just gets slammed down. Okay, without the pedal, without the instrument, just drop this, but then as this is dropping, this lifts a little bit, and then therefore the toe crashes down. Try that on the hi-hat. Yeah, that one. Now, regardless if you think of these as upbeats or whatever, now just do every 4. Instead of every 2, just go shoot, shoot, shoot. And so that your heel is just boinging the whole time. Boing, okay, without opening this at all. Just slam your heel against the base of that pedal. And really find that frequency. Boom, 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 as if you were doing it on the carpet. Faster, boom, 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 boom. Like, yeah, and this is going to like chip a little bit, but it's like totally imperceptible to an audience. Yeah. Now, slow it down a little bit and then chip every 8. Chip 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chip 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chip. Slow down and then get really big. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, 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 bam. Shot. 2, 3, boom, 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 boom. Shot. Yeah, that. Slam the heel into the pedal. But your toe is just leaving the pedal for just a fraction of a second. Doom, 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 doom. Really, really big heel. Like flex that calf really, really hard, like all the way. Yes. Now do every 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chop. 2, 3, 4. Chop. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Chop. Heel all the way up, all the way down, every single time. This is just going to turn into a bouncy, bunny hoppy thing. Really think digging your toe in. In fact, think that your toe is glued to that thing, and then it doesn't leave. Yeah, that was bad. Scoot forward a little bit and like really like put like more artificial weight into that leg. Yes. Really lean forward, like get a lot of weight into it. Yes. You hear how much there's a lot of boom, it's closing really hard. And therefore it's a chip. It's a super short staccato sound. Okay, now achieve that without adding artificial weight to it. Hear how it's like it's ringing. It's like opening too long. Dig your toe into the pedal. Play with different spots. Dig your toe up against the chain. See what that feels like. Now bring your toe like all the way back to where it seems ridiculous. Okay, now find a spot along that pedal where it matches your movement. Okay, now do every 2. Yes. Yeah. That right there. Really big heel. Wham, wham, wham. Yes. Relax, breathe. That's getting there. Okay, now say this. 1 and 2 and 3. Make these the upbeats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and faux hit, real hit, faux hit, real hit.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
See if you can add your right hand.
1 2 3 4.
Do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and so you're having downbeat emphasis there, upbeat emphasis there. Yes. Now make those the upbeats. Yeah, really big leg. Don't let this distract that. Pinky finger. Don't let the pinky go up. See? Heel, 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 heel. Just do this. Just do boing, 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 boing on the carpet, and then do this. Yes. Boing, 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 boing. You have like gunpowder under your heel, just rocketing it back up. Okay, now put it on the pedal. And 2, and 3, and heel, 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 heel. Yes. But keep the accents down here. 1 and 2 and. All right. Now add a cross stick. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. Now just left hand, left foot. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Count just the left foot voice only.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1
and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Yes. Heel, 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 heel. The bunny never stops bouncing. 2. I would tell you to slow it down, but I'd rather you just keep that natural frequency that's just working for you for now. Otherwise, I would tell you to slow down in any other instance. Read just the top 3 lines. Forget the foot for now. Just play me that basic beat. Play over here. Okay, now add the foot to that. Over the week, work on that. Show that to Daryl, and he'll be like, "Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We got a whole new palette to work with." Okay. Bunny hopping, bunny hops. Heel, 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 heel. I want the metal of your hi-hat at the heel pedal just to like wear down over the course of this whole week. I want you to have to buy a whole new hi-hat pedal just because of the practicing that you did on that. Okay. Now bring in just right hand, left foot. Forget the other. Right hand, left foot. Just that. And count it out so that you know where you're at. Yeah. Yes. That looks a lot better over there. Ding, doon, ding, doon. Okay, now add this. Give yourself a different target on the downbeat. Hit the bell. And the shoulder of the stick, never the bead, right there. That's your money sound. Really and you can go, and the further down on the shaft you go, the more weight transfers into that bell. So that's gonna sound horrible, but right about the base of the shoulder is ping is your money, yeah. At the reverse fulcrum of the stick. Count that out. 1, 2, 3. Heel, 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 heel. Yes. You're going. Yes.
Rat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get to fill in the other parts. Okay. The right hand and your left foot, as far as just being a right-handed drummer in the world, are your writing limbs. As far if you're gonna have this thing over here, which is really great for, just driving a band and getting that pang to just be the driving beat, to be the ride, called a ride cymbal for a reason, because you're riding on it like a bicycle, just, boom, boom, boom. And then your left foot operating this thing, which is another high-pitched cymbal. So your cymbals are the writing things, and then your right foot, left hand, are your melody creating limbs. Because this, that's just a two-note melody that's happening there. Like I can sing that. So you can think of these as a melody. This is where you rock it. This is where you provide the beat, and then the right foot, left hand is where you add the musical elements. And if I was going to be a real Nazi about it, I have two drum sets here, one of them right-handed, one of them left-handed, and then you switch, every 5 minutes, just to get your brain to really become juiced. But we might as well just. I'll have you switch leads, with baseballs and or basketballs, and then when we're doing basic rhythms on the floor. But at the end of the day, getting your right foot to be doom chip on a hi-hat over here. If you're gonna have a Terry Bozzio set where you just have everything around you and you have 11 pedals down there and it's all going to different places, then yeah, maybe then it might be useful to doom chip have developed that that bouncy bunny on the right foot, and then doom do on the left foot. Ideally, if we were going to compete if I was sending you to the Drummers Olympics, which doesn't exist, but I'm sure it exists in other forms. There's probably a NAMM show contest, maybe in a PASIC. I don't know if there's a drum set contest at PASIC, but PASIC, Percussive Arts Society International Convention, which you should definitely put that on your bucket list within the next 5 years. It's in Indianapolis. And once you get really good, then you want to go to PASIC. I went in 2008, and it was felt like a kid in a candy store for 3 days straight. It was like 2 football fields worth of vendors. Specialty orchestra bells, specialty trainer things, Zildjian over here with their custom line, and Dave Weckl manning the Sabian booth or whatever, and you know Dave Weckl is.
No.
Oh my God. Okay, that's your homework assignment. Just go watch it. But go to my website and go to my YouTube channel and watch all those videos while you're recouping with your ice cream in bed. Watch all those videos, and Dave Wickel's got one of those spots. He's near the top. He's, you know, as far as drummers go, which is really the only measure of what matters, is what drummers think. The drummer's drummer is Vinnie Colaiuta. He could just, you know, I guess a monster. Second best guy is Dave Weckl. And then third and fourth and fifth place, that's, you know, up for debate. But like the number 1 and 2 guys are Vinnie Colaiuta and Dave Weckl. These guys are known as like the, if there was a drum set Olympics, you know, first and second place every year for like decades now. So as far if there was if there was an artistic, if it was down to artisticness, like artistic playing and facility combined, then yeah, those 2 guys. But if it was just going to be like a pure athletic display, then maybe like Thomas Lang or I always forget his name. Some Italian name. Anyway. Yeah, there's some monsters out there who are like practitioners of the complexities. You know, death metal drummers are just like crazy athletic with zero musicality. You know, I'm sure those guys can play musically if they wanted to, but you know, when they're just, you know, doing blur blast beats, that's just, you know, it's exactly what it sounds like, blast beats. It's just, you know, it just sounds like Coca-Cola and popcorn, just. So, but if you were gonna, but the artistic drummers that are out there are all over my website, and of course, there's no way any drummer could be artistic without being a master practitioner of the, you know, the athleticism of it all, the complexity of, you know, things between limbs and things. This, you get that down with, okay, we'll call this the bouncing bunny drill. Bouncing bunny. Yeah, the sake of this exercise is all about getting the left foot to obey.
With a metronome?
Is that even a question? Okay, to be fair, get it down first, have it be all over the place, and then once you think, like, okay, then yeah, put it to 90 and have a field day with it.
Okay. Got it. Sounds good.
Word. Periodontal surgery. Did they put you under?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. That was weird. It was more than numbing. They did like some anesthesia, but
Local anesthesia.
Yeah, they did local anesthesia, and they gave me like Valium to relax. But it didn't. I was like relaxed, but it didn't feel like I was out of it or anything. It just felt like it was like the anesthesia.
You just felt like you had fingers in your mouth and
Yeah.
pressure was happening.
I was falling asleep a little bit at times. Like that was really it.
Well, that's the Valium for you.
Just sleepy.
I remember Daryl's writing from when I was a teenager. I took lessons from him for like a year when I was 17. So, okay. Time to upgrade. Get yourself a thin 3-ring binder, just something super low profile, and then put some plastic pages in there, just some blanks, so that we can just like stick those on there.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. And then of course a thing that has this on there. Yeah. And then you'll be more organized. And then, you won't have the chance of losing stuff. And then what you can do is you could 3-hole punch this. Okay. Oh, I got myself a 3-hole punch, and it's right behind me. I saw it at a dollar store. I was like, ooh, that's right, I need that. And speaking of lessons learned, only buy it when you need it. Now, I didn't go into that store looking for this, but it was on my list of things that I needed to get, and I saw it there, so I went for it. But otherwise, don't get until you need it. Like you're at the hardware store and you see duct tape, but do you need duct tape now? Do you have duct tape at home? Only get it when you need it. And that'll prevent you from hoarding and all that stuff. It's probably going to go through a staple. Oh, shit. Get it in there all the way. Oh, it's up against that staple. Let's see if I can go past that staple. There it is. There it is. Okay. Now, chomp. There we go. All right, 3-ring binder. Get that rocking. Get yourself some blanks, some plastics, so that posties can go on there.
Sweet.
I could just like write it into a book, like write it onto ledger line paper, but I don't know. I like the fluidity of this to be able to like unstick it and put it places, or pull it out and like just have that in your face. So,
Okay.
bingo.
Got it.
Dee-da-da-da-dum-dum.